Have you ever faced a moment so crushing it felt like the world itself was conspiring against you? A door slammed shut in your face. An opportunity lost. A conversation that left you invisible, unheard, and insignificant. What if I told you that these very moments, the ones that sting the most, could become your greatest advantage? What if rejection isn't a dead end, but a secret passage leading you to something far greater than you had imagined? Today, we're about to uncover a life-altering truth. Rejection isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. Inspired by the timeless wisdom of the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. We're going to learn how to reverse the pain of rejection and turn it into fuel for greatness. Marcus once said, "Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears." It sounds almost too simple, right? But picture this, a world where every no, every cold shoulder, every dismissal doesn't chip away at your confidence, but instead adds another brick to the fortress of your inner strength. A world where rejection doesn't break you, it builds you. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. 13 Stoic lessons to turn rejection into power. These aren't abstract philosophical ideas floating in the clouds. They're real, practical tools, forged through centuries of human struggle and triumph. Tools you can use, starting now. Before we step into this transformative journey together, I'd love for you to take a brief moment. Hit that like button and ring the notification bell, not just for yourself, but for anyone out there silently fighting battles of rejection right now. Your small action sends a message to YouTube's universe that this wisdom matters. Alright, ready? Let's begin. Lesson 1. Disregard them. When life delivers you the cold shoulder of indifference, when someone ignores you, overlooks you, or treats you like you don't matter, your instinct might be to shrink, to overthink, to question your worth. But here's the Stoic truth: what others think of you is none of your business. Think about it. If someone deems you unworthy of their attention or time, it says far more about them than it does about you. And when you choose to disregard those who disregard you, it isn't an act of petty revenge, it's an act of quiet, unshakable dignity. Imagine yourself standing before a mirror. Every time someone tries to make you feel small, you reflect that energy back. Untouched and unchanged, you rise above, not because you don't feel the sting, but because you refuse to let it define you. And how do you achieve this without falling into bitterness? Simple. Redirect your focus. Pour your energy into your passions, your goals, and the people who genuinely value you. Dive into a good book. Master a new skill. Lose yourself in nature, in sports, or in meaningful conversations. Build a life so rich and full that rejection becomes irrelevant. This isn't just about survival. It's about constructing an indestructible sense of self-worth. A fortress that no passing opinion can breach. Emotional maturity isn't avoiding pain, it's using it as fuel to forge something stronger. Lesson 2. Don't react emotionally. Let's be honest, rejection stings. It pokes at our insecurities and tempts us to lash out, to defend ourselves, to seek validation. But Stoicism teaches us a different path: to master our emotions, not be ruled by them. When someone rejects you, your first instinct might be anger, sadness, or resentment. But ask yourself, is it truly the rejection that hurts? Or is it your attachment to their approval? Often, what wounds us most deeply isn't the action itself, but the story we tell ourselves about what it means. The Stoic approach is this: pause, breathe, reflect. Don't let your immediate emotion dictate your next move. It's not about suppressing how you feel, but about choosing a response that reflects your higher self. Maintain your composure. Stay polite. Be kind, even when kindness feels like the last thing you want to offer. Why? Because your self-worth doesn't hinge on anyone's approval. It resides in your ability to remain steady, grounded, and true to your character, especially when tested. Imagine the calm within the storm. While the winds of rejection howl around you, you stand still, unshaken. That's power, not the kind that shouts, but the kind that endures. We often view rejection as a personal failure, a mark against our worth. But what if, instead, it was the universe redirecting us to a path we couldn't see? Think back to times in your life when things didn't go your way. Was every missed opportunity truly a loss? Or did some of them lead to better outcomes, new relationships, and unexpected doors you'd never have considered? The Stoics believed in amor fati, the love of fate. Not resignation, but an active embrace of whatever life delivers. Every rejection you face is a chance to practice this. A chance to trust that life's setbacks are, in fact, setups for something greater. Picture this: a door closes. And instead of standing there pounding on it, you turn and discover a hidden garden behind you. What opportunities might you find if you stopped fixating on what didn't happen and started looking at what could? In our last lesson, we learned how mastering emotional control in the face of rejection isn't about suppressing feelings but choosing calmness over chaos. Now, let's take that wisdom a step further, because sometimes, it's not just about what you feel, it's about what you hold onto. Lesson 3. Remove them from your mind. When rejection strikes, it leaves a mark, not just on your circumstances, but often on your thoughts. The Stoic approach teaches us a powerful truth: what you carry in your mind either anchors you or frees you. And mastering the art of detachment is one of life's most liberating skills. Yes, acknowledge the sting of rejection. Feel it, recognize its presence, but don't let it rent space in your head. Rather than seeing rejection as a dead end, view it as a detour sign, one pointing you toward hidden opportunities you might never have noticed otherwise. Channel that experience into something transformative. Picture yourself navigating a stormy sea. The waves are high, the winds relentless, but instead of resisting, you adjust your sails, engage in activities that enrich your spirit and expand your view of the world. Read books that challenge your thinking. Learn new skills. Surround yourself with beauty, nature, music, or meaningful conversations. Most importantly, curate your circle. Seek out those who uplift you, who inspire growth, who see the strength in you even when others fail to notice. These connections reaffirm what rejection tries to make you forget: that your worth isn't defined by others' inability to recognize it. Each new experience, every act of self-betterment, becomes a stepping stone in your journey. Bit by bit, you're carving out a version of yourself that's stronger, wiser, and more resilient. And in time, you'll realize, you weren't losing anything at all. You were being redirected toward your better self. Lesson 4. Demonstrate your value. When overlooked or dismissed, it's easy to wallow in frustration. But Stoicism urges us to flip that narrative. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What now?" Use rejection not as a weight to carry, but as a spark to ignite action. Redirect your energy into meaningful projects, personal goals, and creative ventures. Focus on your craft. Elevate your skills. Build something, not to prove others wrong, but to prove yourself right. It's a subtle but vital shift. Because rejection isn't a reflection of your value, it's a reminder to realign with opportunities that better suit your unique talents and passions. And here's the beauty of it: your actions will eventually echo louder than any words. Every setback can be a setup for a comeback. With empathy in one hand and relentless determination in the other, you write a story of resilience that isn't built on others' validation, but on your refusal to quit. Rejection, in this light, isn't the closing of your story. It's one of its most pivotal chapters, a moment of challenge that forges your character and clarifies your purpose. Lesson 5. Cut off contact. Sometimes, the most powerful response to rejection is no response at all. Silence, when used wisely, becomes a weapon of peace, a statement that doesn't shout, but speaks volumes. The Stoics understood this well. Rather than chasing after those who dismiss you or scrambling to mend what's broken, embrace the power of silence, not as a weapon against others, but as a shield to protect your peace. See this no-contact period as a strategic reset, a time to reaffirm your value, prioritize your mental health, and reclaim your emotional space. Every time you resist the urge to reach out, to argue, or to seek closure, you reinforce your inner strength. It's not about punishing anyone. It's about declaring, through your silence, that your well-being no longer hinges on someone else's recognition. And while it may never change their behavior, it will transform yours. Over time, you'll notice how much lighter you feel without the emotional weight of chasing after validation. This is how you fortify your heart for whatever comes next. Lesson 6. Prove them wrong. Here's where rejection becomes fuel. Not for bitterness, not for petty victories, but for growth. The Stoic path doesn't encourage vengeance or obsession over what others think. Instead, it invites you to let your achievements speak so loudly that silence falls over your critics. Transform every "no" you receive into a personal commitment to excellence. Commit to outgrowing the limitations others placed on you, not for their applause, but for your own sense of fulfillment. Dive deeper into your work. Sharpen your skills, build consistency, and watch yourself evolve. And you don't have to broadcast your progress. Let your quiet actions carve a path that others can't deny. Over time, those very people who dismissed you might notice your steady rise. But by then, you'll be too engrossed in your purpose to even care. This journey of self-improvement isn't about fighting their perception. It's about redefining your own. Every step you take toward mastery is a step away from needing external validation, and toward unshakable inner power. After learning to remove toxic thoughts and reclaim your mental space from those who reject you, it's time to shift gears and embrace what truly nourishes your spirit. Lesson 7. Go out and have fun. When rejection knocks you down, most people instinctively retreat into isolation, wrapping themselves in loneliness and silence. But what if, instead, you chose joy? Imagine boldly embracing laughter, excitement, and the simple pleasures of life in the very face of rejection. Doing so isn't just about distraction, it's a radical act of resilience. Don't let rejection dictate your mood or rob you of life's light. Seek out those experiences that fill your soul and spark genuine happiness. Whether it's grabbing coffee with a good friend, exploring a new hobby, or getting lost in music that moves you, each joyful moment rebuilds your confidence. These aren't trivial escapes, they're your rebellion against despair. Every smile shared and every new experience reminds you that rejection is temporary, while your capacity for joy is endless. So, get out there, embrace the unknown, see rejection not as a dead end, but as a doorway to new adventures you might never have considered. Lesson 8. Build your social status. Stoicism doesn't mean isolating yourself from society. In fact, it teaches us to thrive within it on our own terms. When someone rejects you, don't seek revenge or validation. Instead, channel your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Both personally and socially, focus on activities that sharpen your body, mind, and spirit. Hit the gym, volunteer in your community, or start conversations with those who uplift you. These aren't empty social climbs, they're opportunities to build meaningful connections rooted in mutual respect and shared values. Slowly, You'll find yourself surrounded by people who see your worth, not because you begged for it, but because you radiate it. Your growing presence, calm strength, and integrity will inspire others to follow suit. This isn't about chasing status for ego's sake. It's about cultivating a life so rich in purpose that the opinions of those who once rejected you feel irrelevant. Lesson 9. Act as if they don't exist. One of the most dignified responses to indifference is silence paired with quiet strength. Why waste your precious energy on those who dismiss you? Redirect your focus towards people and pursuits that genuinely matter. Maintain professionalism and courtesy in situations where interaction is unavoidable. But don't pour emotional energy into relationships built on one-sided interest. Your time, attention, and emotional investment are valuable commodities. Treat them as such. Remember, walking away isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's knowing when to stop watering dead plants and choosing to nurture spaces where you can truly grow. By letting go of those who overlook you, you create room for relationships and experiences that nourish your soul. Lesson 10. Give them the silent treatment. Stoicism champions the art of dignified restraint. When faced with indifference or disrespect, silence isn't passive, it's a powerful, deliberate stance. Resist the urge to seek explanations, argue, or chase closure. Instead, embrace those quiet moments for self-reflection and personal recalibration. Let silence be your sanctuary, a space to reaffirm your values, gather strength, and align yourself with your higher principles. It's a way of declaring to yourself and the world, I choose peace over pettiness. Through this silence, you reclaim control over your emotional state and refuse to be baited into fruitless exchanges. It reminds you that your worth was never dependent on external validation. Every time you choose silence over reactive words, you reinforce your inner strength and emotional mastery. Lesson 11. Don't beg for attention. A core Stoic belief is anchoring yourself in your own inherent value, independent of the ever-shifting perceptions of others. Never chase approval or beg for attention. Why should you hand the key to your peace of mind to someone else? Instead, invest in yourself. Dive deep into your passions, your goals, and the activities that align with your values. Whether it's mastering a new skill, traveling somewhere new, or simply savoring a quiet evening with a good book, these moments cultivate inner fulfillment. They remind you that your worth doesn't fluctuate based on applause or criticism. The Stoics believed that true contentment comes from within, not from external praise. So, live in a way that makes validation irrelevant. Let your confidence radiate from your achievements and your character, not from the fleeting approval of those who never truly saw you. In the previous part, we learned how to stop begging for attention and preserve our dignity in the face of indifference. Now, it's time to embrace another vital principle on this journey. Lesson 12. Be kind, but emotionally distant. In moments when others seem cold or indifferent to you, it's essential to keep kindness in your heart, while at the same time, establishing clear emotional boundaries. Don't let others define your worth with their actions or attitudes. Choose kindness as your guiding principle. Even when someone ignores or mistreats you, respond with respect and compassion. However, be sure to maintain a safe emotional distance to protect your inner peace and mental well-being. Many people mistakenly believe that keeping emotional distance means becoming detached or indifferent. But in truth, it's a conscious, wise choice to safeguard your balance and self-respect. It's a harmony between gentleness and self-protection, a quiet yet enduring kind of strength. By continuing to treat others well without expecting anything in return, you reveal the depth of your character and inner resilience. The one who can be kind to the world while remaining calm within, that is true strength. Lesson 13. Don't reveal your struggle. Whenever rejection or failure strikes, stand firm with composure and dignity. Resist the urge to broadcast your struggles or seek sympathy from others. Instead, process your emotions quietly. Acknowledge your feelings without allowing them to control your behavior or shatter your confidence. The calmer you remain in adversity, the more you affirm your inner strength and mastery over yourself. A Stoic understands that rejection and hardship are inevitable parts of life. They don't naively hope the world will always move in their favor. Instead, they prepare themselves for the worst, mentally rehearsing unfavorable outcomes so that when reality arrives, they are neither surprised nor shaken. For example, the philosopher Seneca once shared that each morning, he would begin by reviewing his plans for the day and imagining the things that could go wrong. A storm might strike, the ship's captain might fall ill, or pirates might attack. Nothing, he said, happens to the wise man against expectation. Not everything turns out as he wishes, but always as he has reckoned, and above all, he expects that something might block his plans. By practicing this mental exercise, Seneca was always prepared for disruption and made space for obstacles within his plans. Whether it led to defeat or victory, he was ready, and let's be honest, isn't a pleasant surprise always better than a rude shock? When you rehearse the worst in your mind, you become more composed when reality hits. And when things turn out better than expected, you'll meet them with gratitude, not relief. Conclusion. Ultimately, the art of turning rejection into strength is a journey of self-awareness and resilience. Guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, you can transform setbacks into opportunities, and wounds into lessons. With each rejection, you'll rise a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little more unshakable. Always remember, rejection is a passing moment. Your inner strength, dignity, and resilience are eternal. Every dismissal is a chance to stand taller, think sharper, and live closer to the extraordinary nature that you carry within you. Stay stoic.